Hi, we are the Animators Friend podcast. We're collaborating with the Hudson Valley Film Festival to highlight animation creators who won awards for the 2026 cycle.
Oh, man.
If you're not familiar with the Animators Friend podcast, it's casual, lighthearted conversations with animators to get to know them outside the context of their work. So we're doing that today, but also hearing about the work too. I'm India Lombardi-Bello, podcaster, educator.
And I'm Kristie Kish, friend of the Animators Friend, and also an animator.
And we're with Mira Seeba, who is an animator and illustrator whose film got the Out of This World award that we juried for. We loved her film, Heaven's Escape. And the award is given to those who create films that truly take us to another place. And in this case, it was heaven.
My film is about a girl who dies in a mosh pit, and then she has to escape heaven in order to see her favorite band perform. So she's just really, really trying hard to make that happen for herself. And
it's based on a true story, right?
Yes, it was based off of a true story that happened maybe like 3-4 years ago. I went to a concert with some of my friends, and this was Halloween, and I was dressed up as a lamb in all white clothes. And I remember specifically there was a guy dressed up as Jesus who was like trying to part the waves, like pretending to be Moses, and it kept like getting to the front of the venue. And I was like, this guy is so annoying. Like, he's just like budging everyone, and everyone was like falling for it and like going along with the bit. And I remember like getting in the mosh pit during like the opener, and I ended up getting hit in the face really hard, and I felt like blood streaming down. My face was just wet when I started touching it. I was like, oh no, this can't be good at all. And I just like remember my friend seeing my face, and she's like, has like this look on her. I'm like, oh, this is not good. So my legs end up buckling. She drags me to the bathroom. Oh, I end up fainting. I like fall out of consciousness for like however long. And when I came back to consciousness, I was being fed water and grapes that came from the Jesus costume guy. Wow. So I was like, okay, I need to make a story out of this. So that was the inspiration for it. And I just remember after I had fainted, my friend had like taken me out to like the outside of the venue so I could get like fresh air. And then one of my other friends came out, and she's like, you missed all the good songs. You missed everything. God. I was like, I almost died. Like, I'm just happy to be like, I was just like kept pressing my nose. I was like, okay, is it still there? So I was just happy to be alive, and I wanted to make a film kind of inspired by that.
Did Jesus make an appearance in the film? I don't remember.
He did not. I kept him out. I still have beef with that guy. But yeah, it was just inspired by that. But then I obviously extrapolated, and it wasn't like a 1-for-1. Like, it wasn't Halloween in that short film or anything of the sort, but inspired by experience for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I think one of the funniest things for me in the film was just like all of the people that you did include that were like in heaven, or creatures. There was also like, I think, a giraffe that had arrows through its neck. How did you come up with like who you're going to show in heaven?
So I remember this project was my thesis project, and I was very adamant about how each like heaven and the venue were going to be like opposites of each other, and that they would kind of like act as like foils or like kind of rhyme with each other. So I wanted the venue to be super crowded and then like the heaven to be super spacious. So I really didn't want anyone up there for a long time. And I kept getting told, it was like, you just have like a blank, like you just have like a white screen. I was like, okay, I have to put someone in there. And the first person I put in there was Jeffrey Epstein. And I was like, okay. And for the longest time I hadn't drawn him, and I just had like wrote Jeffrey Epstein like on the animatic, or like the precursor to like the actual animation. And I was just showing that to like my professors and peers, and they'd just be like, not fully get it yet. I'm like, no, there's a vision here. It's going to happen eventually. So I was like, I built off of wanting to send Jeffrey Epstein to hell. And then I was like, okay, I need some people that would be who are like the exact opposite of like who should try and get into heaven. So it would be like a comedy of like 3. So I was like, okay, I'll do a mother with her unborn baby. Like, that's kind of sad. Or like a veteran is like the next person up. And then the final one was like the giraffe. So it's like a giraffe didn't do anything, and he just has like all sorts of like arrows in his neck.
Do you feel like you have a fixation on death? Because you have other films that also deal with death, but like these humorous treatments on them. So is that something that you feel like you're awake at night thinking about?
I definitely was worried about that. Like, especially as like a little child, that's where like it always stems from like being a little kid. I was like, I really like being alive. And I'd always ask my dad, and I'm like, I would always say, I don't want to get dead. And he's like, no, when you get old, you come to terms with it. I'm like, I'm 7. I'm not to terms with it at all. So I think it all stemmed through being a child and being like super scared of it. And I would stay up worried about it. I was like, this is not good. It's going to happen. But I got really into like, I don't know, researchers and like transhumanism about like life extension as like a elementary schooler. And I was like, Aubrey D. Gray, who's like some biologist for like life extension, was like, you better figure this out. And I think because it was like such an erratic, like over the top for like a child, I always had like maybe like a humorous look at it, because it was like, well, I'm looking at it from like all these like different angles. And I think the reason why I like gravitate towards it a lot for storytelling specifically is because I always feel like storytelling, you always want to be like super specific, and that way it becomes like more universal. That's how a lot of, I guess, storytelling goes.
What stuck out about your film for us and why we chose it for this award was the style and the warped like reality of it, and warped world, and the angles, super out of this world. So, and animation has so many different styles. So what would your elevator pitch for animation for someone who just doesn't get it or like isn't an animator?
All right. My elevator pitch for someone who doesn't get animation is that it's so versatile. Like, it can have every single piece of art inside of it. It could have, like, if you don't like animation, okay, well, it could have painting in it, and then just do multiples of that. Then it's like painting, movie, or like music or anything of the sort. You can do like live action, but makes it animation by like pixelization. And there's all sorts of like facets or like roads you can go down with it. So I think the versatility of it, and that you can just do it like on a budget or on your own time, and you don't have to like ask for permission or like get people to like approve your idea, and you can just like go ahead and do it, and you can just do it any way you want, I think is really super cool.
And I think your film couldn't have been made in anything other than animation.
I read in your bio the inspiration you have for your work. I forget his name, Sergio something.
Oh, Sergio. I should know.
I know.
I wrote that bio like a year or two ago.
Okay, but I was really interested in it, and I kind of wanted to ask you, like, if you could tell me a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
You don't have to say his name.
It's something Russian.
Sergei Eisenstein.
Eisenstein. Like, don't ask me to pronounce it. Like, no. I mean, I think I remember reading about, I think he wrote like a chapter before dying that was called like On Disney, and that it talked about animation, and some passages from that, or like some words from that, like really stuck with me and how I think about animation, where it talked about how animation is like a flame and like ever-present or like ever moving. And like, I think that's the way I always want my animations to come across. Like, even if there's like a static image that I'm like animating, I always like want to have like a boil or like a trace back on it. So I think reading that, and I was like, okay, I want my animations to feel alive.
Kind of a gnarly question. But how do you want to die?
Okay. So going back to my childhood, like, I wanted to die when I was like super old. So I probably like old age, and hopefully like in my 80s or like 90s or 100s or maybe 150s, something up there. But I don't know. I would like always research like blue zones, which are like places where people like live to like really old. I was like, I gotta get me in one of those. So definitely old age. I'm here for the long run.
Anything you want to like plug beyond your film?
You can find me at Mira.Seeba on Instagram, Mira Seeba on YouTube, Mira Seeba anywhere. It's just all of my handles are the same, and they're just my name. Keeping it easy.
Good strategy.
Yeah, that's my strat.
Better than I can say for myself. All right. Yeah. All right.
Awesome. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah.
Should I look at the camera and say it? Is that weird? Like, see Heaven's Escape Wednesday, August 19th at the Hudson Valley Film Festival.
Thanks, Mira.
Thanks, Mira. Do we look at the camera?
I think for like stuff like that,
Yeah. Okay.
for intro.
But like during, are you
When I do interviews on video, sometimes it's like if I feel like I'm addressing, that's like an interesting thing is that like sometimes it's like there is a fourth person essentially in this conversation
right
that you have to remember, you know?
Okay, like you're part of this.
So it's like, yeah, sometimes it's like if you're just like stuck in conversation, but then it's like, oh, actually the person who's listening maybe doesn't have context that like, oh, we were talking about this earlier, what, you know, so it's like viewer.
Okay.
So yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Throw it in there.
Our fourth friend.
Yeah, they're just really
Fourth
far
animator's
away.
friend.
Yeah.